In today's gospel, we hear about great crowds accompanying Jesus on the way. And as he's journeying towards Jerusalem, he turns round to them and he says, "If anyone comes to me without hating father, mother, wife, children, brothers, sisters, yes, and even their own life too, they cannot be my disciple." And you think, wow, what on earth is Jesus talking about? Hating our family? Hating the closest people to us? Often Jesus, when he's trying to make a point, uses hyperbole, exaggeration to really make the point. So what's the point he's trying to make in today's gospel? What is this hating family? It's not so much he's commanding us to go out and actively hate our family, but rather we recognize our family as a gift from God. Everything in life is gift, but particularly family. And it's so easy to take our family for granted, isn't it? Jesus goes on a little bit further. And again, this is leading us deeper into the theme of today's gospel. Anyone who does not carry their cross and come after me cannot be my disciple. And often when we hear Jesus talking about carrying our cross, we think of the burden, the suffering, and being weighed down. But ultimately for Jesus, the cross is the place of love. So if we're not carrying his self-giving love with us, we cannot be his disciple. But it doesn't end there either. Jesus gives a couple of little parables. The first one talks about which one of you here, intending to build a tower, would not first sit down and work out the cost to see if you had enough to complete it. Otherwise, if you laid the foundation and then found yourself unable to finish the work, the onlookers would all start making fun of you and saying, "Here is someone who started to build and was unable to finish." Or again, what king marching to war against another would not first sit down and consider whether with 10,000 men he could stand up to the other who advanced against him with 20,000? If not, then while the other king was still a long way off, he would send envoys to sue for peace. So in the same way, none of you can be my disciple unless you give up all your possessions. I think these two parables talk to us about the commitment necessary to being a disciple. We're called to focus on Jesus and follow him. We see family as God's gift to us, family who often teach us how to love and challenge us to love more, to pick up the cross of Jesus that stretches out his hands for all humanity. But then that commitment to be able to keep on doing that for all our life. And that's the challenging thing really, isn't it? Often we get something in our life that really throws us. Maybe one of our family members gets sick or dies. And we can question God. How could God allow this to happen? Or maybe we find the cross too much and we become distracted and follow other ways. We feel that there's too much unfairness in my life. And what's the point of following the Lord? And that's where those two parables come in. We've really got to discern is the Lord the one or not? Can I really follow him to the end? For many of you who are married, that's the decision, the discernment that you had to make before you asked the question, before you said, I do, in the church. You discerned, is this the one? Is this the one I want to spend my entire life with? And I really focused on giving myself totally to him or to her. This is the same in our relationship with Jesus. It's that discernment, is he the one or not? Jesus was on the road to Jerusalem when he said this, on the way to his cross. And he invites us to be sharers of his cross, to be people who give of ourselves totally, and our love for God, and our love for our neighbour, and our love for our life, and the creation of which we're a part. Perhaps we can ask ourselves today, how committed am I in those relationships? Have a blessed Sunday. God bless you all.